As an American, I eat apple pie, play baseball under its blue skies. As an American, I travel this land and follow her roads wherever I can. From sea to shining sea, I've seen a lot, and none of it will be forgot. And when my country called, I gave my all as an American. I was born into freedom in a wonderful land of mountains and plains, rivers and lakes. Forever American is what I am. A past as rich as any can be. My father's worked hard to give this to me.
How you doing as Americans? How you doing tonight? Hi Brenda, hi Debbie, hi Richard, hi Hank, hi Nana, hi Debbie, hi Linda, hi Karen, hi Tia, hi Sandra. How you guys all doing tonight? Please hit that share button if you get in here. Hit that like button. Lots to talk about tonight. I wish notifications go out to everybody like they're supposed to. Hi Matt, hi Jeff, hi Minnie, hi Susie. How you guys all doing tonight? Hi Alex. A lot going on though, from of course avoiding the shutdown with the train situation, freight shutdown, just temporarily at least. They have a temporary deal. Hopefully everything gets settled with that within the next couple of days, and we don't have to face the shutdown again. But now a bigger problem. Worldwide recession, and it's happening. Europeans, of course, are seeing their global market in Europe fail as the stock, of course, slides. And over 600 stocks logged the worst weeks in 3 months. That's International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, is expecting a global slowdown. The IMF, of course, is what controls the value of every currency that's involved in it. Europe, we already know Russia and China and India are stepping up to work together, and certain other countries as well, to form a new world order. This, of course, with the recession of sliding and the recession fears from two major global financial institutions, and bets that the large interest rate hikes from the U.S. Federal Reserve next week could knock settlements even worse. The decline sent the two continental-wide, the STOXX 600, to its worst week in 3 months, down 2.9% just this week alone. This is a really problem. And it expects real estate, stocks, and all major sectors and indexes are in negative territory, along with industries and healthcare and finances dragging the most. Companies are shutting down in Europe, and they're happening here too. It's not just an isolated incident. This is a worldwide issue. I mean, even a logistic firm, the largest logistics firm, U.S. FedEx Corporation, said throughout its financial forecast, fanning fears of global demand slowdown. I mean, the CEO today, the head of FedEx, warned that a global recession and outlook plans to closing stores, freezing hiring, trimming hours, and parking planes to cut costs are already measures being used. Now they plan to, of course, close more than 90 more retail stores and cutting more hours and reducing more planes from flying. This is ridiculous. We're barreling towards a global recession. It's not something that we can say we're not doing. We can't say that it's just an isolated incident in one country or another. It's not just the U.S. at this point. It's the Western nations together, the Western Alliance. I mean, the first 2 quarters have been disastrous. Now this third quarter coming up showing the same disaster. Of course, now we're going to have cold weather moving in, and fuel shortages and everything else, and energy shortages, causing more problems. But FedEx says facing a decline in shipments around the globe is a trend that shows worsening in all sales, because if people aren't shipping stuff, obviously stuff's not moving. Bed Bath & Beyond, of course, is closing more than 150 stores, confirmed so far. This is ridiculous. 26, their second quarter sales slumped roughly 26%, even with its aggressive cost-cutting measures. 26% down. This is ridiculous. I mean, companies that have been known for the U.S. and seen stronger and tougher than others are now falling. I mean, Amazon laying off over 100,000 employees should tell you something is wrong. But nobody's paying attention. At least, not the people that should be. Wall Street is seeing 2 months lows as recession fears, of course, mount there. Not just between FedEx, but the major 3 U.S. indexes posted sharp weekly declines. Of course, investors are eyeing next week's Fed meeting, and the Feds are planning on raising rates again 0.75%. And respectively, stock today, Dow was down 0.45%, S&P almost 1%, NASDAQ less than, or a little bit less than 1%, but right there at the edge. It's sad. We're in a failing system. And the only thing Biden is worried about right now is it illegal for them to ship the migrants, the legitimacy of shipping migrants and busing them all over the United States from governors that do not want them in their state. Illegal immigrants. So basically saying GOP governors are transporting unauthorized immigrants from the border to other parts of the country. Yeah, they are. But who's letting them in the country in the first place? China is still talking about shutting down exports. China has slowed the exports drastically, and they're planning to redirect exports that directly want to benefit the China-Russian relation. It's just crazy. But looking at what Biden officials, of course, blaming the GOP, news that the Florida governor Ron DeSantis chartered 2 planes to fly roughly 50 immigrants, mostly Venezuelans, to Martha's Vineyard has triggered a wave of backlash from Democrats and immigration advocates, with many condemning the move as political and inhumane. Well, it is political. You allow illegal immigrants to stay in this country and put them in places where the governors can't handle them. And you complain because 50 get dropped off in your backyard? We're not talking about the millions that are crossing the border. We're talking about 50 that went to Martha's Vineyard. 50. It's just ridiculous. Asylum seekers, of course, from Venezuela who spent the day in Martha's Vineyard so far, and one of them told the group that she was going to New York, and others believe they were heading to Boston. But DeSantis, this is what needs to happen. His attention needs to be drawn to the immigration issue, and Biden needs to handle the crisis on the border rather than provide solutions that would address the strain on the immigration system. He needs to address them even coming in the country illegally at this point. Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, totally overrun. You're right, Brenda. And it is sad It is sad. But when they have 50 people they can't house and take care of, but yet they want a place like El Paso to take in over 150,000 people and house them without federal funding. Yeah, now it's human trafficking, right? GOP, because the Republican governors are involved, it's human trafficking. Meanwhile, Putin's alliance with the China and India, Putin vows to press the attack on Ukraine, pushing even further to what he was doing. I mean, this is going to get worse and worse. One thing after another, if you look at what's happening, it is drastic. I mean, it's funny how we hear what's happening in Ukraine as everything's positive and everything's going good for Ukraine. But the actual numbers in the news coming out of there is totally different. The actual information. It is sad. Housing market is looking very vulnerable as the U.S. heads into a deep recession. And I'm going to keep saying recession at this point because I do not want to say depression because we know what happens when we enter a depression. But I feel that's where we're heading. I honestly do today, as an American citizen, feel we are heading towards a very dark time in America. Whether GOP or the Democrats keep control, I don't think it matters at this point. I think the damage is done. I fear, I want GOP to take back the House and the Senate, but I also fear it at the same time because I fear we will have people in the streets rioting and protesting and saying it's all their fault for what is happening already. Happening before they got in office. As it gets worse before it gets better. I mean, we're seeing a major alignment in the eastern countries, and it's going to be bad. If China decides to stop selling goods to the U.S. or India or any of those Western Alliance or Eastern Alliance countries decides to do that, we are done. We are done. Inflation's still here. It's not going away. It's something we got to get used to at this point. Grandpa is doing good. He is home. A lot of physical therapy left to go, but yeah, we just keep sending more money. Just keep sending more money to Ukraine and more weapons that we don't even have any left of, but just that. The overall conditions in the world are just sad. But September 16th, of course, in 1620, the Mayflower departed Plymouth, England. You guys didn't know that? So it's an important day, actually, for America. Without that day, without that ship, the Mayflower leaving Plymouth, England, who knows if America would even be here today? And that's a great question of what we are fighting for. We are fighting for something that happened long ago in history. And we have to keep fighting for our freedoms and our independence. It is sad. But God bless you guys tonight. Thank you guys for being with me. I know there's not much news to go out there that's positive. Positive thing is they did reach a temporary agreement with trains. Yeah. Putin is pushing back. China's pushing back. China's pushing into Taiwan. This whole thing, Murray-Largo case, is becoming more and more ridiculous every time we turn around. I don't want to talk about the Queen, and that's what's covering most of the news right now. If you want to watch something about the Queen or what's going on with the Queen, go watch something else, because that's political stuff I don't think we need to worry about right now. We have more pressing concerns in our country than we do abroad. Good news, you could save a bunch of money in car insurance by switching to some new company today. Yeah, no Queen talk here. I'm sick of hearing it. We are expecting a storm, which is, don't know exactly how bad it's going to be yet, but we know they've issued already tropical storm warnings for some U.S. territories like Guam and Puerto Rico and other places. We'll keep an eye on that, of course, as Florin, I don't even know. Fiona. I haven't heard it pronounced yet, so I can't pronounce it myself. But if you guys can afford to buy hurricane supplies to donate to the channel, that would be awesome, because we do try to help the community out as much as possible. And it definitely looks like U.S. territory is getting hit with this one, so we will be going and trying to support them and help them as much as possible. Just terrible. Fiona. Oh, like Shrek, Fiona? Oh my goodness. No wonder. Yep, we got that coming. Monkeypox is still everywhere. It's just the minimum of the viruses, though, so. We're just watching the latest forecast, keeping up to date with the storms coming out there. Whatever else happens. But God bless you guys. Stay safe. And Alex, if your washing machine died, try jump starting with more electricity. God bless you guys. And have a great night. I'm terribly sorry for what the world's going through, but it's just stuck where we are. Say a prayer, everybody. God bless and good night.
As an American, I eat apple pie, play baseball under its blue skies. As an American, I travel this land and follow her roads wherever I can. From sea to shining sea, I've seen a lot, and none of it will be forgot. And when my country called, I gave my all as an American. I was born into freedom in a wonderful land of mountains and plains, rivers and lakes. Forever American is what I am. A past as rich as any can be. My father's worked hard to give this to me. I love this place I come from. To live another way I cannot foresee. As an American, I eat